Next guest is an award-winning founder of the health and wellness company TurmeriX. In just over 3 years, the company has grown from a humble Vic market stall to a $20 million international conglomerate. To tell us more, Errol McClelland is founder of TurmeriX and joins us here at the desk. Congratulations first. How are you going?
Yeah, great.
What do you guys do?
We make a fantastic product that works, and we get amazing feedback and repeat sales through word of mouth.
So what is the product?
The product TurmeriX, it's a blend of basically turmeric and 15 other spices, and so it's a whole
Secret
food
herbs and spices?
Pretty much, yeah. We don't tell too many about exactly what's in it.
So starting off at a market stall
Yep.
is probably a really great way of trying to figure out what your customers want, because they're right there looking at you, as opposed to just getting them in a supermarket where you
Yep.
don't know who your customer is. What was the feedback you were getting at the beginning?
Well, I call it an educational sale. So it's just explaining to people what the product does and how it might help them. And we give a 100% money back guarantee.
Well, how does it help?
It's turmeric has been used in India for 4,000 or 5,000 years as an anti-inflammatory food.
Right.
So
What's for your knees?
Knees, ankles. It was my ankle. I had a surgery done that went a bit wrong.
Yep.
And I actually designed it to fix up my own ankle.
I was going to ask, how did this begin? So you have had a real life situation,
Yep.
and then you've probably jumped on the Google to say, what can I do to fix this? And how did it come about?
Well, that's exactly what happened. I looked at other products in the market. I've been Googling around looking for natural anti-inflammatories because what the medical profession was giving me wasn't working. And so I looked at other products in the market, Googled up a lot of information, and then built what I've got today.
So the process from there to thinking, well, this worked for me.
Yep.
There must be others going through the same thing right now.
Yep.
I will take this to a market. What was the thinking behind that?
Same thing, it's out there in the market. There's plenty of sellers of turmeric, but there's various grades of turmeric and the way they put the products together and how it may or may not work in your body. So I think I've come up with a recipe that contains all the benefits at the highest level.
So now talk to us about from market stall to $20 million international company.
Yeah.
Bit of a difference.
A bit of a difference, yeah.
What was the first step after market stall?
Market stalls went for about selling it by myself around Australia for about 6 months or so, and then I was actually at the Kyneton. Where was we?
You're in the
Halfway
country?
in the country, at
Yep.
a country market.
Yep.
And I was having a very good market, and a guy I've known for years came up to me and said, "How do I get involved?"
Right.
And so we struck a deal.
Straight away, business partner.
Yeah, and he took on Victoria. So we set up a little bit of a deal, and
When you say took on Victoria, do you mean to get it to turn the product into something that will go into shops, or do you mean to continue with market stalls?
pretty much to continue at that stage with market stalls and shows like home shows that direct to the market, business to customer, so direct selling at markets and shows. And that was on the 1st of July 3 years ago, so we're coming up 1st of July, that's when I say the company really started. So 4 years on the 1st of July this year. And from that, when Craig joined the team of two, between then and Christmas, I then had just about covered all of Australia.
So were you making the product throughout this experience, or did you have someone else making it and you were essentially chief salesman?
Yeah, well, I have a company that blends it for me.
Right, okay.
And the first ton I hand did everything, and then from then on I've engaged with Nebraska. It's a not-for-profit disability company.
Right.
And they did a lot of my bottling and packaging.
Amazing.
And,
So at first a ton.
Yep.
How many tons are we up to now?
We do in batches of 5.4, 5.5, and we do those every couple of weeks.
So how did it turn international?
Network of people, and I'm a Kiwi from way back, but I've got family and friends over there. So we launched into New Zealand quite easily. Some other people that I've been working with over the years introduced me to other people overseas, and we've had a number of customers have bought it here while on holiday, go back home, and then ring up and say,
They want to find out how to get it.
how do we get some more?
Amazing.
So I've made some of them distributors.
So which markets are we talking about?
So New Zealand,
Yep.
Ireland,
Yep.
England,
Wow.
Canada, North America.
Yep.
And
And so do you
France,
sell it
Germany.
as essentially a kind of in a way, herbal way of overcoming pain, or how do you market the product, given that it started for you as a way to fix your ankle?
Yeah, we sell it. Well, Australia and New Zealand, we're now TGA listed, so we're medicine.
Right.
Okay, so it's
So it's
gone
more
to that
kind
level.
of Chemist Warehouse than Coles. Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
well, no, it'll go. We're actually now gone into retail, and we're in a big display distribution
Yep.
model called Symbion,
Right.
and they handle about 3,500 pharmacies, and we're in 7 of their distribution centres. We're in Priceline Burke Street Mall, and in Go Vita stores. There's 140 of those.
What's your secret to success with all of this?
Having a product that works, I think, and backing it up with a money-back guarantee.
And what was it like for you when you first discovered that you did have a product that worked, that you had something that people were willing to pay for?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing for myself because I'd had a very bad ankle for about 3 years, and it only took 9-10 days for that swelling to go away.
And I can imagine the mental distress that would have caused for you to go through that, to all of a sudden you have found a way to overcome it, to all of a sudden you now have a product that other people could use as well, that you have figured out a way to manufacture and to sell.
Yep.
That would have been incredible for your own mental health.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's been a really great journey, and we've worked with some incredible people all around the place now.
Well, congratulations. Where do you go from here?
Back to America in a couple of weeks, and
Right.
we're looking for more distribution channels through what we're already doing.
Is the US the Holy Grail?
No, I think Asia will be, and we've done a little bit up there, and I've got I actually got a phone call from a lady yesterday, another customer, looking to want to help us take it into China.
Now, you were a former butcher and also a police officer.
Correct.
And you now are running a business trying to help people, and also, I suppose, going into business and taking that risk. You were aged over 50?
Oh, I'm just over, yeah.
Yeah, so we often find out, the actual number, the average age of an entrepreneur in Australia is 52.
Really?
Not 22, as as the media would make it out to be. 52 is the average age of an entrepreneur in this country, which is not actually, when you break it down, that hard to imagine, isn't it?
No.
Because you look at it from the perspective of they've had their whole work life, they've probably been working for someone else.
Yep.
They're not feeling particularly enthused. They can feel that X is getting bigger on their back at work because they're more expensive.
Yep.
And they've got one last shot before retirement to try something.
Yeah.
Was that how it was for you as well?
Sort of, but I've tried lots of things, I suppose, over the years besides working for the man sort of thing. But it's just something I've always taken the risk. I've always been prepared to step outside.
But what did being a butcher and a police officer teach you when it came to this? Because to get to this stage, and the reason you're a success will be because of the past lessons that you've brought along with you.
Yeah, and it's always, if you don't take the risk, nothing's going to happen. So you can just stay on the mundane, or you step outside and you have a crack at it.
Did the ankle end your job as a police officer? Is that what happened?
No, it was actually damaged there a long, long time ago, but it was later in life that it actually regressed and it got to the point it needed surgery.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. So how often do you need to take the turmeric to make it, I suppose, get rid of the inflammation?
Well, it's a two-edged sword. So if you've got sort of like an acute pain or acute something, we recommend a couple of teaspoons a day for the first 10 or 12 days, and then most people end up on a teaspoon a day. We also now have not just powder but capsules, and we do a chai, we do soaps and all sorts of things. So we've got a range of products now.
Errol, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Congratulations. Thanks so much for coming in.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
It.